And again, the economy was artificially injected with all this monetary methadone to keep the money junkies high. Everything should have crashed in 2020 when they locked down most of the country and most of the world. And it's just artificially boosted up with record low interest rates and countless trillions of dollars pumped in by the government. And now with inflation, and they kept, lying about it or being stupid, whatever you want to decide. First it was temporary, and then it was transitory. They lied about it. You're looking at the EU with what, 8.6% in inflation rate and negative interest rates minus a 0.50. And the United States, where you have the inflation rate just came in at 9.1. And it was temporary and transitory. So they're going to keep raising rates. The higher rates go, the deeper the economy goes, the deeper the markets go. End of story. And you're looking what happened over in Canada. Recently, they just raised rates 1%. Oh, and that clown over there playing a central bankster was BSing too, that he didn't expect inflation to go this high.
It's going down. They're raising interest rates. The markets will go up as the economy goes down. They could give a shit about the people. Rate rise worsens debt woes for U.S. healthcare industry. This is a story in the Financial Times. A fifth of America's distressed bonds were issued by healthcare companies. Okay. We've been saying that as interest rates go up, as the economy goes down, these distressed bonds are going to become very distressed. And it's not only in this area, because no one, well, I shouldn't say no one, every now and then, they don't talk about the commercial office buildings, which we only have a 50% occupancy rate in the 10 major cities in the United States. Oh, now those variable rate loans, as people aren't renewing their leases, because more people are working at home and they want to save money. We are in for a crisis as these interest rates go up. And again, they're going to start lowering them. They're going to lower them, particularly in the United States, before the presidential elections.
Are we on the brink of a financial crisis, or has the threat been contained?
A financial crisis, the likes of which you've never seen in modern history. Again.
Which will make 08 look like a dream?
Look what happened. Let's go back to 08. How many banks failed? 25? The 3 banks that failed lost more money than the 25. So what I'm saying to you is that the damage this has done, they're covering it under the rug. And it has just begun. So going back to the markets, we said, following the midterm elections in 2022, that the S&P 500, the last 40 midterm elections, has gone up 16.3%. And now you have the S&P up almost 10%. It's a rigged game. You got 1% that owns over 50% of the equity markets. It's one big club and you ain't in it, as George Carlin said. They know the game they're playing. To me, why would anybody with a brain bigger than a pea keep money in the bank? You're getting no interest on it. Inflation is wearing it down. And then all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, the Russians just hacked our banking system. And we're closing it down to make sure they don't steal more of your money. Why would you keep your money in the banks? Why? They're not giving you anything on it. And when 9/11 happened and I tried to get my money out and I had it in CDs, used to get interest rates back then. Sorry, Mr. Celente, you can't get your money. Certificates of deposit are traded on Wall Street and Wall Street's closed. So screw you. We got your money. But for me, gold is my number one asset. It is very simple, very simple. They're going to be lowering interest rates. We all know this. The only question is when. And you can't, it's a guess. Because one day, we're going to pause when they meet on June 14th. Or we may raise them again.
Right.
So it's a guess. The street is 50%. They don't know where it's.
Yeah.
They do it all the time before the presidential election. They lower interest rates. When they lower interest rates, the dollar's going to go down. The death of the dollar has begun. How could you be prepared for it? They made this thing up. They dumped in countless trillions of dollars to fight the COVID war. Stay home. Don't worry about it. Here's money. Yeah, lower interest rates to zero. And don't worry about it. The bigs could buy up everything. Merger and acquisition activity hits an all-time high. Oh, and your debt levels around the world they're ballooned to levels that are unparalleled. I mean, look what's going on in Argentina. Look what's going on all over the world. Look what's going on, the debt levels that they have. How are they going to pay off the debt? And now interest rates went up. Oh, it's costing you more now to service your debt.
Right.
And again, when you go to the commercial sector, it's floating loans. You know, so they're paying more as they're getting less business coming in. No, this is a crisis, the likes of which we have never seen. They don't know what to do about it. The higher these interest rates go, all the people with adjustable rate mortgages, all the businesses that borrow money that have variable rate mortgages, the governments that are deep in debt now paying more because interest rates are going up. So yeah, the equities are going to go up, but this economy is going to keep going down. And it's going to go down big, and it's going to go down hard. Not right away, but it's going to progressively get worse and worse and worse. UK traders now expect the BOE's next rate rise to be its last in the cycle. And in the Eurozone, markets expect rates to peak at 3.25% in the summer, up from the current level of 2.5%. 2.5% when you're looking at inflation rates in the UK and the EU that are killing the people. These interest rates are nothing compared to inflation. So when you put the inflation numbers compared to the interest rates are still deep in negative territory. It will prop up the equity markets as we had forecast now for what, the last 3 weeks in the Trends Journal? But the economies are going to go down. When they pause rate hikes and then they start lowering them, the dollar is going to go down and gold's going to go up. And oil prices are down. They're in the still Brent crude's in the $75 a barrel plus range. So that's low. So we're looking at recession coming soon.